Adam Cole and the Young Bucks back together again as the Super Click beat Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. We are getting Cole against Jungle Boy on Dynamite this week. Adam Cole was on Talk is Jericho, and he talked about the very nice, very cordial meeting that he had with Vince McMahon before he left, when they were still hoping to keep him and they were trying to come up with ideas for him on the main roster. And he revealed publicly for the first time that one of the ideas they pitched to him was to possibly change his name, and that they might also want to change his look. And he admitted that it scared him a little bit, because he spent 14 years of his life as Adam Cole. Of course it scared him. He had every right to be scared. This is the same company that just gave us Braun Breaker and Von Wagner on television. These are the names that these people come up with. The same company that gave us Shorty G, Dolph Ziggler, Husky Harris, Michael McGillicuddy, because Vince McMahon wanted a strong Irish name. That was the story that Joe Hennig heard about how he got his name. He heard that they were on the plane, they were on the corporate jet one day, they were talking about different things, and Vince McMahon, I want a strong Irish name. Yes, because Michael McGillicuddy is the first name that springs to mind when I think of strong Irish names. These people shouldn't be allowed to name their own children, let alone anyone else. Adam Cole came this close to being called Professor Von Shiznit and given a fucking monocle to wear like Mr. Peanut. I would say he averted disaster. In their later conversation, he said that they could tell he wasn't too keen on that idea, so they seemed more open to allowing him to keep his name. But he called it a red flag. Oh, I'd call it a red flag. I'd call it a red flaming flag with flames shooting up into the air and sirens going off. That's what I would call it. He said, I feel like a big part of what made me work is that, I'm not 6'3". I'm not 285 pounds. So the Adam Cole Bebe and the boom and all that stuff is such a big part of what I do and how I connect with the audience, aside from the wrestling and the promos and stuff like that. I feel like it would have been quite the challenge if that would have happened, as far as the name change goes and stuff like that, to build myself back up. So he shared a lot of the same concerns that we did as fans of his work. He's not a dumb person. There's a reason why he left, even though he seemed to like everybody there. And I know he loved working with Shawn Michaels and he loved working with Triple H, and I think Triple H did well by him in NXT, but the main roster is a totally different beast. And he was smart enough to see the writing on the wall, that plus the Twitch stuff, which he talked about again, and that was enough for him to just cut bait and leave. But then Jericho brought up the reports online about the pitch for him to be a heel manager for Keith Lee. And I wanted to address this here because I got some tweets from people this week saying, are you going to correct the false report from Dave Meltzer now that it's been proven false, since Adam Cole in another interview said that he hadn't heard that idea, that it was never pitched to him. Somehow people took this as confirmation that the whole report was fake. It was fake news, and it never happened. The reason I'm not correcting it is because there is nothing to correct. Just because the idea wasn't pitched to Adam Cole directly does not mean that the idea was not pitched in a creative meeting. Lots of ideas never make it to the talent until they are greenlit. And that is if they even happen at all. Most of these ideas probably never even make television. Adam Cole never disputed that it happened. It's just that he said, well, nobody ever actually presented it to me. But that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It's just that people are very quick to discredit anything that Meltzer reports because they are obsessed. Dave Meltzer is not right all the time. He does get shit wrong. He is not infallible. But I would like to see all of these people who were tripping over themselves, calling it fake and crying that Adam Cole, see, he said it wasn't true, even though he never did. Let's see what these people have to say now that Cole has confirmed, in his own words, that one idea they had was to change his name, which is something Meltzer also mentioned in that very same initial report in The Observer. that they might want to change Adam Cole's name. Because now we know that that's true because he confirmed it. Or are you calling Adam Cole a liar? Is he a liar too now? You can't say Dave's report was false, except this one part of, that part he's telling the truth. This other stuff he's not, but this part he's telling the truth. That other part he's making up. Which is it? Is it made up or is he telling the truth? You're not going to hear anything from these people. You know why? Because it doesn't fit their narrative. That's why.